What if the most powerful force on Earth wasn't war or technology, but nature itself? Disasters don't ask permission. They strike without warning, with a fury that leaves devastation beyond imagination. In an instant, the world we know can be swept away, reshaped, or erased entirely, reminding us that we are never truly in control. Throughout history, humanity has faced threats we couldn't prevent, outrun, or even fully understand. From earth-shaking tremors beneath our feet to skies raining fire and ash, natural disasters have rewritten maps, erased ancient cities, and changed the course of whole civilizations. Some of these catastrophes are so unpredictable and unstoppable that they stand apart in the long narrative of human survival. Today, we're counting down the top 10 most dangerous natural disasters ever recorded and exploring what makes them so terrifying. At number 10, tornado outbreaks, the supercell terrors. Tornadoes are brief, but their power is explosive. With winds that can exceed 300 miles per hour, these twisting columns of air rip buildings from their foundations, transform entire neighborhoods into splinters, and leave nothing but chaos in their wake. The 2011 tornado outbreak in the United States spawned more than 360 tornadoes across just 3 days, leveling communities and rewriting the landscape in minutes. Tornadoes remind us that sometimes the most fearsome threats are also the most fleeting. Number 9. Earthquakes, when the ground turns against you. Earthquakes strike without the faintest warning. The 20/10 Haiti earthquake killed over 230,000 people in seconds, reducing buildings to dust and leaving millions homeless. But some earthquakes trigger even larger disasters. In 2004, a massive undersea quake off the coast of Sumatra set off a chain reaction that would become one of history's deadliest tragedies. That brings us to number 8. Tsunamis, the walls of water. Generated by underwater earthquakes, tsunamis race across the ocean at jet-like speeds, often arriving at distant shores with little warning. In 2004, the Indian Ocean tsunami unleashed waves more than 100 feet high, striking 14 countries and claiming the lives of more than 230,000 people. Towns were erased in moments. Survivors spoke of the ocean itself, rising up in an unstoppable roaring wall, leaving no time to escape. Number 7. Hurricanes and cyclones, the rotating chaos. These monstrous storms are powered by warm ocean water, growing stronger as they travel, with winds that can flatten buildings and floods that swallow entire towns. Hurricanes like Katrina in the United States and Cyclone Nargis in Myanmar became nightmares on every continent, proving that no coastal city is truly safe from the fury of the sea and sky combined. At number 6, volcanic eruptions, fire beneath our feet. Volcanoes might sleep for centuries, but when they awaken, their power is apocalyptic. When Mount Tambora erupted in 1815, it didn't just destroy villages. The eruption sent so much ash into the atmosphere that it lowered global temperatures, caused widespread crop failures, and triggered famines across the northern hemisphere. Volcanic ash chokes the sky, pyroclastic flows incinerate everything in their path, and rivers of lava show no mercy to anything that stands in their way. Number 5. Floods. Water without end. Floods are slow, steady, and nearly impossible to resist. In 1931, China experienced the deadliest flood in recorded history, which claimed up to 4 million lives. Water crept across the land, submerging cities and drowning the countryside. Even today, flash floods can turn streets into rivers in just minutes, proving that water, so essential to life, is also one of the deadliest silent killers. At number 4, droughts, the invisible killer. Droughts are not dramatic or fast, but their devastation is far-reaching and long-lasting. The Dust Bowl of the 1930s in the United States turned rich farmland into deserts, causing mass migration and hunger. In Africa's Sahel region, prolonged droughts have triggered famine, social unrest, and long-term ecological collapse. With every crop that fails and every well that runs dry, entire communities are forced to abandon their homes in search of survival. Number 3, wildfires. The sky burns. Fueled by heat, wind, and drought, wildfires can consume forests, towns, and wildlife in a matter of hours. The 2020 Australian bushfires burned over 46 million acres, an area larger than many countries, and killed or displaced more than 3 billion animals. The sky turns orange, daylight turns to darkness, and all that remains is ash and silence. At number 2, pandemics, nature at the micro level. Not all disasters come from the weather or the ground beneath us. Sometimes the most devastating force is invisible to the naked eye. Viral outbreaks, like the Black Death in the 14th century, which killed up to half of Europe's population, or COVID-19 in the 21st century, which brought the modern world to a standstill, prove that nature's smallest agents can bring the greatest societies to their knees. Finally, at number 1, mega earthquakes and supervolcanoes, extinction-level events. The Yellowstone caldera in the United States and the Toba supervolcano in Indonesia are sleeping giants. Their eruptions in the distant past altered the climate, wiped out species, and threatened the very survival of humanity. Scientists warn that the next megaquake or supervolcanic eruption could reshape the planet itself, affecting the atmosphere, agriculture, and life on a global scale. As disaster historian Dr. Eleanor Ford explains, natural disasters are reminders that control is an illusion. The power of Earth is relentless, and when unleashed, it doesn't discriminate. Geophysicist Dr. Miguel Navarro adds, "We can predict some events. We can't stop any of them, but the real danger is thinking we're safe just because we haven't seen it yet." So here's the question: are we really prepared for what's coming next? Experts say we're overdue for an event 10 times stronger than anything this century has seen, and most of the world isn't ready. Disaster can strike at any moment, in any place, and change everything we know. Nature is both life-giver and life-taker. These 10 disasters remind us that beneath our technology, our cities, and our sense of control, there's a planet with its own rules. And when it decides to move, we all feel it. Stay curious, stay prepared, and never forget the awe-inspiring power of the world beneath your feet.